Verse for opening a sutra. The unsurpassed profound and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of aeons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. The Flower Adornment Sutra, Chapter 2, The Manifestations of the Thus Come One. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, named Fragrant Effulgence, of universally bright wisdom, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions, and spoke a verse. All the Bodhisattvas in this gathering have entered the Buddha's inconceivable realm. Each of them can observe the spiritual powers of all Buddhas. His wisdom body can pervasively enter lands as numerous as dust motes. Seeing his body appear among them, beings can behold all Buddhas. Like a shadow, his body appears in every land, in the place of every thus come one, in the midst of all beings. It manifests feats of spiritual powers. Universal worthy's conduct and vows have been cultivated to gleaming purity. In every land, one observes universally the Buddha's spiritual transformations. His body dwells everywhere, completely impartial towards all. The wise can practice in this way and enter the state of the Buddhas. Having realized the thus come one's wisdom, they shine equally throughout the Dharma realm, entering every pore of the Buddha and every ocean of lands. In every Buddha's land, they manifest spiritual powers, appearing in various bodies. They assume various names. In the space of a single thought, they display all spiritual transformations. In the Bodhimanda, they realize proper enlightenment and turn the wonderful Dharma wheel. All lands vast and great, and inconceivable billions of aeons, Bodhisattvas in Samadhi can manifest in a single thought. In every Buddha land, all the Bodhisattvas, boundless and without end, can enter into the Buddha's body. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, named Lion's Print Wisdom Light, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions, and spoke a verse. The Buddha Vairochana can turn the wheel of proper Dharma. Cloud-like his presence pervades all lands of the Dharma realm. In the great seas of worlds throughout the 10 directions, by the Buddha's spiritual powers and vows, the Dharma wheel everywhere turns. In each and every land, amidst vast assemblies, Buddhas, their names each different, proclaim the wondrous Dharma as appropriate. The thus come one achieve his awesome power through universal worthy's vows. In every land and country, his wondrous voice is heard. The Buddha's bodies, numerous as dust motes in lands, everywhere send down the rain of Dharma. Beyond birth and discrimination, he appears in all worlds. Through countless billions of aeons, in lands as numerous as dust motes, all the past states of the Buddha are told in full with wondrous sound. Lands as many as dust motes in the 10 directions are completely suffused with radiant nets. Every luminous ray reveals a Buddha, teaching all sentient beings. The Buddha's body, undifferentiated, fills the entire Dharma realm. Beings who see his physical form are skillfully subdued according to their capacities. In all lands throughout the 3 periods of time, the guiding teachers of beings, their names various and unique, speak for them and enable them to see. The wondrous Dharma wheel, turned by all thus come ones, of the past, present, and future, can be heard in this assembly. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, meritorious treasury of Dharma sea wisdom, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions, and spoke a verse. The disciples of the Buddha in this assembly skillfully cultivate multifaceted wisdom. These individuals can already enter expedient means such as these. In every country and land, they proclaim with mighty voices the Buddhist practices of which they speak are heard widely in the lands of the 10 directions. In each thought of their minds, they contemplate all dharmas, dwelling fast in true thusness. They comprehend the ocean of all dharmas, the Buddha in each and every body, spanning inconceivable billions of aeons, cultivated the paramitas and adorned and purified lands. In each fine mote of dust, he certified to all dharmas. In this way, unimpeded, he traveled the lands of the 10 directions. He went to every Buddha land, missing not a single one. Observing the Buddha's spiritual powers, he entered their practices. The Buddha's magnificent voice is heard throughout the Dharma realm. Bodhisattvas can know and understand and skillfully enter the oceans of sounds. For oceans of aeons he utters wondrous sounds, his voice impartial and undiscriminating. Those whose wisdom penetrates the 3 periods enter the realm of his sound. Every sound that beings make, and the Buddha's sovereign sound, one can understand them all upon gaining the wisdom of sound. From one ground one attains to the next, until one dwells in the ground of the powers. Diligently cultivating for billions of aeons, one obtains dharmas such as these. Then in the assembly's midst, another bodhisattva mahasattva, named Wisdom Lamp, universally shining, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions, and spoke a verse. All thus come ones remain detached from appearances. One who understands this Dharma sees the guiding teachers of the world. Bodhisattvas in Samadhi, their wisdom light shining everywhere, are capable of knowing all Buddhas, free and independent nature. Seeing the Buddha's true body, one awakens to the profound Dharma. Contemplating all Dharma realms, one takes birth wherever one wishes. Born from the ocean of blessings, he dwells upon the ground of wisdom. Observing all dharmas, he cultivates the supreme path. In the lands of all Buddhas, in the places of all thus come ones, pervading the Dharma realm, one sees the true body. In the great lands of the 10 directions, the Buddha practiced with vigor for billions of aeons. He roams in proper and universal knowledge across the ocean of all dharmas. His unique, indestructible body can be seen in every mote of dust, beyond birth, devoid of form. It yet appears in all lands. In accord with beings' wishes, the Buddha universally appears before them, taming and teaching them with various means. He quickly sets them upon the Buddha path. By virtue of the Buddha's awesome spirit, all the bodhisattvas can appear. Aided by the Buddha's power, they behold all the thus come ones. All the guiding teachers with limitless awesome spiritual powers enlighten all the bodhisattvas, who then roam throughout the Dharma realm. Then in the assembly's midst, another bodhisattva mahasattva, named exquisitely blazing coal of universally bright wisdom, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions, and spoke a verse. Each and every land echoes with wondrous sounds, lauding the Buddha's spirit and virtue. They permeate the Dharma realm. The Dharma is the Buddha's body, pure and clear like space. All the colors and forms appearing therein cause beings to enter this Dharma. Those who rejoice in deep faith will be guided by the Buddha. Such people, you should know, will understand the Buddha's wisdom in this very life. Those of scanty wisdom cannot know this Dharma. Only pure ones with a wisdom eye are capable of such perception. With the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, they can contemplate all dharmas. Whether engaged in contemplation or not, they comprehend all that they see. Among all the dharmas that they are, dharma doors are boundless. For realizing all wisdom and entering the deep dharma ocean, dwelling in Buddha lands, the Buddha manifests everywhere, yet neither goes nor comes. The dharma of all Buddhas is thus. In the ocean of all beings, the Buddha's body appears like a reflection. According to their various understandings, they perceive that guiding teacher in each and every pore. The Buddha displays spiritual powers, leading beings to cultivate universal worthy vows. Pure individuals can behold the Buddha. The Buddha in every single body turns the Dharma wheel in all places, pervading the Dharma realm. He transcends thought and speech. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, named Infinite Light of awesome virtue and wisdom, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions and spoke a verse. In every Buddha land, a Buddha sits in a Bodhimanda. The multitudes gather round, and all demons' armies are subdued, like streams from the Buddha's body, suffusing the 10 directions. In response to beings, he manifests various forms, not just a single kind. Within every mote of dust, glowing with luminous radiance, a panorama of 10 directions lands are seen, their qualities and features each unique. The 10 directions oceans of lands contain lands infinite and various. All are level and pristine, formed and constituted of sapphires. They may be overturned or sideways, or resemble a closed lotus buds. They may be circular or rectangular, or of other sorts of shapes and forms. Through every land of the Dharma realm, they travel without hindrance. At every gathering and assembly, they ever turn the wondrous Dharma wheel. Inconceivable, the Buddha's body holds within it all lands. He is present everywhere, guiding beings and teaching true Dharma. He turns the wheel of wondrous Dharma. The Dharma nature is free of discriminations. In accordance with the one and only truth, he expounds the characteristics of all Dharmas. The Buddha, with perfect sound, clearly sets forth the principle of truth. Yet for beings with different understandings, he reveals infinite Dharma doors. Somewhere in the midst of every land, one can see a Buddha seated in the Bodhimanda. Like a reflection, the Buddha's body is beyond all birth and death. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, named Wisdom, universally illumining the Dharma realm, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions and spoke a verse. The dust come one's wondrous body, and his inconceivable physical form bring joy to all who perceive them. Faithful and reverent, those beings enjoy the Dharma. Every hallmark of the Buddha's body reveals limitless Buddhas who pervade the realms of the 10 directions, entering every mote of dust. In the 10 directions, oceans of lands, Buddhas beyond count and measure display their spiritual powers in thought after thought. Bodhisattvas of great wisdom plumb the depths of the Dharma ocean. Assisted by the Buddha's power, they apprehend these expedients. Those already well established in universal worthy conduct and vows will see all lands and countries and all Buddha's spiritual powers. People of faith and understanding who have made great vows and whose wisdom is profound will thoroughly know all dharmas. If they observe the Buddha's body, contemplating each and every aspect, undistracted by form and sound, they will understand all states of mind. Bodhisattvas can emulate all Buddhas by abiding in their wisdom and practice. They soon enter the thus come one's position and guide all beings in the Dharma realm. Bodhisattvas in a single thought can make appear in every mode of das lands to the number of das modes in Buddha lands. In a single land they can manifest all lands and countries as well as feats of spiritual powers. Such are the Bodhisattva's powers. Then in the assembly's midst, another Bodhisattva Mahasattva, named Vigorous Power and Unimpeded Wisdom, received the Buddha's awesome spiritual power, contemplated the 10 directions and spoke a verse. The Buddha broadcasts a single wondrous sound, heard throughout the lands of the 10 directions. Carrying the myriad sounds, the rain of Dharma falls everywhere, with oceans of words and phrases, sounds that communicate to every species, in every land of Buddhas. He turns the pristine Dharma wheel. All beings in every land behold the Buddha's spiritual transformations and hear the Buddha speaking Dharma. Having heard it, they aspire towards Bodhi. Throughout the lands of the Dharma realm, in every single mote of dust, the thus come one by his power of liberation universally manifests his body. The Dharma body is the same as space, unhindered and lacking differentiation. The physical body resembles a reflection, assuming various images and forms. The reflection without a location is insubstantial like the void. Only one of tremendous wisdom can fathom its impartial nature. The Buddha's body cannot be apprehended, unborn and uncreated. It appears in response to all beings, yet remains impartial like the void. All the Buddhas of the 10 directions completely enter a single pore and display spiritual powers. The wisdom eye thus perceives. Vairochana Buddha's vows pervade the Dharma realm. Perpetually in all lands, he turns the unsurpassed wheel. A single pore displays spiritual transformations, and all Buddhas speaking in unison, even passing through limitless aeons. None of this will reach its end. In the Bodhimanda of this world of 4 continents, by the Buddha's spiritual power, Bodhisattvas as numerous as the dust motes in 100 million seas of worlds came together from each of the 10 directions. You should know that it was the same way in the Bodhimandas in every world of the 4 continents in all the seas of worlds.